Hi everybody, it's Jeanette Vilda. So this is a steampunk junk journal using the steampunk kit from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, which I'll have linked down below. And I used a chipboard, just made a cover using chipboard, and the tape here is, you can get this at My Creative Spirit. It's her binding tape. Works really nice for binding an album. And then I sewed in the signatures and then put a little cover over the sewn piece here. And so on the outside, with her kit, she has a cover, a picture that you can use as the cover, so I used that as my cover. Just added a couple of gears, and I haven't decided. It kind of seems like it needs something, I don't know, so I might add a little bit more to it. We'll see. And then, of course, with that, you also get a back image for the cover. And then on the inside, also, there's images for the inside front and back covers, which, again, I used. Now, throughout this, I created this aged-looking tape. In her images on some of the pages, there is, on the image, this tape. But she has a tutorial on how to create your own tape that looks aged, you know, like it's been on the paper for a really long time. So I followed her tutorial and used that throughout, and just kind of put it, specifically put it on everywhere in the images where the tape was, but then I also kind of added it throughout regardless. So there is the lined pages in the kit, and then there's also some decorative pages. And then I've used some scrapbook paper, book paper, and then, yeah, pretty much scrapbook paper and book paper throughout. There's also, she has some, you can print lines. So in the kit, she has this kind of vintagey looking lines that you can print on the back of any paper, on the back of your ephemera, however you want to use it. I did a lot of stenciling and some color blending inking. Just had fun using the colors that are throughout the kit. So there was this really nice kind of a blue, this kind of minty green, a little bit of yellow to match the aging look, and then some black. So I pretty much used that throughout for my stencils. And this is actually with the decorative paper that comes with the kit. They are in two sizes, so you can make one where you can have a nice small traveler's notebook sized, and then there's a larger size, which you can, again, size to any size you want. I just printed them as they were and then cut them out, and I like having all kinds of different sized papers, so I really liked having that different sizes. There are a lot of really awesome little images in the ephemera kit. So here I took, there's some cards that have these wonderful steampunked ladies on them, and for instance here, I cut out the image on the inside and this little image from the ephemera kit, and there's some nice labels as well. And then just pasted those down to make a little pocket for these two pieces of ephemera. And then this is also in the kit, this little half piece here. And I just used two of them, front and back, on this paper. And then this is a sticker or a die cut from my stash. And so just put that, because there was a little hole right there. And I just put that to cover up the hole. And then added a little ring and put on a little bead. is actually I found once upon a time an old book of notes from somebody who took some science classes, geometry, trigonometry. And I mean, it's such amazing handwriting. And I thought it looked perfect for a steampunk book. And then here, another one of those great circles from the kit. I just put a piece of paper down on this old piano music. And again, one of those sticker or pieces of tape that I aged. And then when I was making the, so I made a whole bunch of gears and cogs to use throughout the book. I kind of messed up on one of my papers, but it gave this really nice embossing to it. And so rather than waste it, I just took a little bit of some scrapbook paper and backed it on there to make a nice little tag. And then this is an old tea card that I have from it's the series called History of Aviation. So I just thought that was perfect for this book. I think I might have cut this out of a book page or something. And this is an old Tim Holtz die. And one point I just kind of cut a whole bunch of the dies out because I no longer have the die. I don't remember why, but I no longer have the die. But I have a whole bunch of that I die cut from it. This is some old calendar paper, I think. Calendar paper, yeah. So you can almost see Sonntag, Montag. It's obviously German. Another image from the ephemera. And in there is one of the ephemera cards and a tag. And then this is just from my stash of old images. Scrapbook paper. And then here I just took a piece of paper that I used throughout and just folded it and tucked it behind this little piece of ephemera. Another couple pieces of the tape. Makes a nice extra little place to write. And like I said, here's one of the cogs that I die cut out. The other part of that handwritten notes. This envelope is actually from another, so I have a number of Ephemera's vintage garden kits. And so this is from one of her other kits. And technically this, as an envelope, you would fold on these pieces, but I like the look of it as it is. And so I took the tag and added on this little, I have a set of cabochons that have these little images on them, which worked perfectly for this book. Oop. Only problem is, if you don't glue it right, it kind of sticks out the bottom there. And I believe this is from the ephemera set. And then just a little piece of sari silk and some other bits. Another page from the kit. And this is a Tim Holtz die. And just tucked in a bunch of cards from the ephemera kit. And I think this is from my stash, but this is cut out of another of the journal cards. And another envelope and tag set from the kit. And I believe this little piece is just from my stash. And a little piece of sari silk. And here I just added a little cog. And here I took a piece of scrapbook paper. Probably should have put something on that so I could easily pull that out. But piece of scrapbook paper and then stitched on some vellum and then added a little die cut of these cogs. And then this is one of the journal cards. Like you can see, it's how cut out all the little ladies from before. And you could just leave that in there. It's kind of neat to see her peeking out from the cogs. And then a tag from the kit. Really pretty paper. Some stenciling. And then here is just another side of one of the scrapbook papers. And use another piece of scrapbook paper on it to make a pocket for 2 of the tags from the kit. And another page from the notes book. And that, I can't get over how amazing their handwriting is. I don't think I could draw that clearly on gridded paper. Oh, I also went through and used my glaze pens. So it's hard to see on the camera. Might be able to, you see how his hat is glossy. So throughout on the ephemera and on the pages, I just took my glaze pen and added a little bit of gloss throughout. It's just a really nice subtle effect. And here, this I believe is a spinner, a Tim Holtz spinner. And I just use that to hold this guy down. And he flaps open. And then in here is one of the tags. And then this also flaps open. And some scrapbook paper again. And in here, I have another couple of journal cards from the kit. And you can see, like, well, hopefully you can see, Glossy accented his little monocle and the bolts. So just a little tiny something. Steampunk Love. I love that stencil. This paper is really neat. I got this with a bunch of other paper, so I don't know where it originally came from. But I don't know if you can see, ever so slightly, you might be able to see, there is a watermark on the paper that isn't overly obvious. You kind of have to hold it up to the light to be able to see the watermark. It's got really neat. And then here I just used a piece of scrapbook paper and one of the cards from the kit to make a little pocket for a couple of journal cards. Actually, put this in the back right here in the front. I really love this edition of the tape. It just really adds some realness to it. And here's some more just random paper from my stash. And some, I don't remember if this was from the ephemera kit or if it was something I fussy cowed out from something else. Because I got a lot of steampunk stuff. I really love steampunk things. So I keep things that make me think of steampunk. This was fun. I'm not sure. Oh, it already came apart. This is a really, really old connector for a necklace or bracelet. And I thought it'd be kind of neat to connect these two guys together. Like I said, it's pretty old, so it easily comes out. You're supposed to be have to squeeze it, but it kind of, oh, and now it won't come out because that's what I said. And then that lets you get into the envelope up here. And I've tucked in one of the journal cards. I thought that just was a neat way to add a little something to the page. And then that same card that's tucked over, so it's an envelope from the kit, and I just used the other side to make a little tuck for a couple of the ephemera cards. And then here, just have, pull this out, scrapbook paper. This is, again, once upon a time I had the Tim Holtz Gears embossing folder, and had this page embossed, and then just a piece of film strip and a little gramophone. Those are just from my stash. And then there I have one of the tags from the kit. Oh, that's a little tight because it's curved. Go in there. There you go. And then tucked behind here, another couple. One thing I want to say about, I think it's, no, it's not this one yet. I'll have to show you. One of the pieces of ephemera is really interesting. I thought that was it, but I think it's later on. Piece of, it's like ledger paper, and I just grabbed the part that mostly had nothing written on it, so you can add to it, but you can still see what was originally there. This is a World War II book for a radio from the Army. That was pretty neat. And just random bits put together. And this is one of the pages from the kit, and just put it here in the middle and made a nice little pocket. And some more calendar paper. Like I said, I really loved using that tape. I really think it adds quite a lot. And then here we have a piece of scrapbook paper and then one of the labels from the kit. And I just put a little piece of lace in the back there and makes a nice, kind of like a belly band. And we have these two cards. And then it's another of those little half moon ephemera pieces. So on this side I have it to hold two ephemera cards. And this is another little cabochon with a clock behind it. And so on this side I have a little flip out here that has a tag in, and it's going to be stinky to me, so I won't pull that out. But it's another of the tags from the kit. It's hard to pull things from the wrong direction. Like I said, some of these are taken from some of her other kits. I believe that is from another of her kits. A sticker from my stash. And then some scrapbook paper made into a little pocket for another couple of the journal cards. I think this is my absolute favorite. I just love the owl with his glasses on. And another tag from the kit. And I think this is from one of her other kits. I added on the little hat. Makes it look perfect. It goes with everything. And then ephemera card from the kit. And then this is just two pieces of scrapbook paper with two little pieces of scrapbook paper, and then some stickers from my stash for two of the ephemera cards. Here's the thing. I did not put this in upside down. I swear I took this in and out of the book about 1,000 times because every time I looked at it, this side is upside down, this side is right side up. I didn't do it. But I swear, every time I saw it, I was like, oh, it's upside down. Oh, wait, no, it's not. So this is a ripped piece of paper that I had in my stash, and just I thought it went perfect with this kit, so I used one of the journal cards and some sari silk. And it makes a nice little pocket for a tag and one of the postcards from the kit. This is an old, I got this in Armenia, and it's a, I'm thinking trigonometry book. I thought it was pretty cool. And again, I love these little spinners. Just have a belly band for a couple of the ephemera cards. Or ephemera card and a tag. Oh, you could put, that's a tuck spot. Actually, I'll put, there's two little cards here, so I'll take one of these little cards and put that under there. Oh, this is the ephemera piece. So you see this panorama of Paris balloon. My husband and I rode on this balloon. It's actually right across from the Eiffel Tower. It's not massively close to it, but I mean, when you go up in this balloon, you're looking right at the Eiffel Tower. Beautiful view of Paris. And so all of the things that they're saying here are absolutely true. It is gorgeous, really nice view. And it's a basket, it's a round basket, hollow in the center, and so it's a walkway that goes around in a circle. And so once the balloon goes up, you can walk around the circle and just wander around, and like they say, you have a panoramic view of Paris. So when I saw this ephemera, I had to run, oh my, Torsten, look, the ephemera piece that is of something we've actually been in. I thought that was just so cool. And here we have a little clock, and I have a little clock charm hanging on it. And this is from one of the cards. I just fussy cut him out. And we have two of the ephemera cards tucked in here. And another piece from my stash. Just a little die cut clock. And tucked in is a couple of the ephemera cards. I love the colors. And that is the end of the book. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed making it. This was a lot of fun to make, and like I said, even more fun when I found the wonderful piece of ephemera showing something that we had ridden on in Paris. And if you ever go to Paris, I highly recommend it. Because I mean, you go up in the Eiffel Tower and you take pictures of Paris. The Eiffel Tower isn't in the picture. So going up in that balloon, you're looking at the Eiffel Tower and you're right level with it. It was really, really neat. I'm really glad we came upon it. It wasn't planned. We wandered and just, oh wow, let's go up in the balloon. So anyways, again, this is Ephemera Vintage Garden kit. I will have the link down below. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them down in the comment section. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.